Hello, welcome to my very good channel today. This is a priority where how everything is. There's always something that's going on, and we always believe about how this is. We take our time, we know expected, and this is how it seems to be. I know that it's been a while since I have made my first live video here. It's very interesting on how it is. I know I'll be doing an all signs reading just to let you all know, but yeah, this is where how it is. I'm having a good day. I hope that you guys will. Just remember that these are for my viewers, and if you guys decide to chat and give me say hi in the live chat or something, then go ahead. You can even ask me one question. I'll get to it as well. um but that's what it seems to be. So this is how it kind of is at the moment, and we will enjoy this opportunity, enjoy of what's going to be expected. If you're having a bad day, for example, if you're having a bad day, change things around, you know, change things of how they are. We always try to recommend on how this is. We have to believe on how everything is, and this is kind of like what it remains, right? So, this is how it is right now. I know it's been a long time, but in the ways of how Zodiac is doing, uh, what would I say? I'm doing the best as I can. I'm living the life. I'm living the dream. I'm doing what I can, and that's what it seems to be. So keep in mind of how it is. Enjoy this opportunity, and enjoy about how this is, right? We always see this as a good way, a good satisfactory, a good understanding, and this is what it is. So this remains of how it seems to be. Nonetheless, is that this is very interesting reading, and this is how it's going to be. So, the further ado, without any questions, without any, um, we are going to get started. Basically, I usually will use playing these cards as the annual oracle to see what's going on with that. Um, I am using different kinds of oracle decks as well during your guys' readings. And then we have a different kind of the tarot situation, a different way, you versus them. This is how it is, right? If it's a boy or girl, whatever it is, whatever it is. Um, but yeah, this is going to be very good reading, and it's understanding of how it is. I know I'm a little bit kind of, I'm not going to say nervous, but in a way it is because of how this is my first time doing an actual live reading, because I never do. But in a way, I'm just doing this because it's my own way. It's my own understanding of how seems to be, and we're going to in place about how this is going to be, because there is a time and there's a place for everything, right? Um, Including this little living room area, right? There's time and place to put things into perspective, right? We have to we have to mimic their own desire, right? We have to organize, we have to do everything, right? And we're going to organize about what's going to happen, right? In the next several months, in the next several years, whatever it is, right? And this is a good way of knowing what to do, right? We have to imply about how this is. We have to engage. We have to knowing what's going on, right? And this is how it seems to be. So before I start things off, um, remember about how everything is, because there is always something rather than having nothing, right? Um, I always say this in my videos. I always say, uh, if you have nothing to do, if you have something to do, rather than having nothing to do, right? So this is how it's going to be. This is going to be a way of how it is. So I'm going to shuffle the cards, these oracle cards that I have, and we're going to see what's going on because our first reading is going to get started. So we're going to choose. I'll choose what pile, what number, what thing, and we're going to do that. So first off, I'll do one reading here because I don't have very much. Well, I would have very much lots of room, but in a way, I'm going to move a little bit back here for a minute. Okay, everything all set up. Because the further ado, but the first reading is Freedom and Adventure, Moon in Sagittarius, Discovery. This is for you. I hope that this is going to be a good recommendation, and I will have to imply that this is going to be good, and I hope that you will pay attention to this as well. So I'll put that there. We're going to do that. I'll see how these cards are going to recommend that you versus them, right? We're going to do one card only, and then we're going to do this as how it is at the moment. So just give me 1 second here. And then this is how it is, okay? And then we're going to go slowly and then take our time, okay? So here we go. Let's just see how slow this is. Okay. So keep in mind about this card. Just leave this. Just leave this right now. All right. So you Sagittarius, we're going to see what's going on for you. This is going to be a way of how this is. So let's see. Let's start off. The turtle represents take your time. Yeah, this is an opportunity for you. Taking your time is the best option there is. Um, there's always these ways, always these aspects, ways, take it as a leap of faith, take it as a wonderful, extraordinary way, this is how it is for you, okay? Now you versus them, we're going to see you. So first is the Four of Wands. Now that's a good way because I didn't expect that. The Four of Wands represents you, so it'll be Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. That's what it is. You're seeking about getting married. Now, for all of you, whoever you are in the Sagittarius area, or whoever it is, you must remember that when you take your time, you take your time, because you don't wanna rush things, right? Like I'll give you one example. You don't want to rush things where, you're going to get excited, you're going to get married, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, I didn't do anything. And then you're going to get like all excitement, right? And then when you get excited, your stomach turns, whatever it is, and then you're gonna say, okay, I gotta stop. I gotta stop, right? So if you just keep going as long as you need to, that's what it seems to be. Because you're in this stealth mode of what you're going to do next, right? What are you going to realize and visualize and all that, right? So if you think about that because that will remain of how that is, right? We have to engage about how this is. We have to understand how everything is, right? So and logically, this is how it seems to be. So this is that. Okay, now use it for them. We're gonna see how that is. So the Queen of Air represents and independent, experience, realistic, witty, objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in a situation, and the Strength card, Archangel Ariel, is great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. That's what it seems to be, right? You are, you're reversing your own problems here, where, if you are a fire sign in this reading, and you are, if you're with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in this situation, you must be reeling that this is like almost like a give and take situation. Um, there is always a process on how everything is. And, you have to remember how everything goes smooth, you know, and, there is rough patches along the way, right? And that's what it seems to be because you have to believe about how this is. There's always a way of how this is going to be, right? You have to understand how this is going to go left and right. Seeing is believing, and that's what it seems to be. So take your time, take your time and know exactly what you're going to do because, in other words, you have to believe that this is going to understand how this is going to be relating to a different way. You have to process. You have to have a good intake situation. All these things are going to have priority. And when it does, you have to think about this as your way or a different way. I'm not going to say your way or the highway. No, that's no. Um, but that's what it seems to be. So think about this of how it is. Um, so just give me 1 second here because I'm going to use one of these oracle cards to tell me what's going on. And I'm going to split this. So let's see how this is. Just to let you all know, this is just the first reading, so I'm not going to get to all the readings, but I will eventually. So it will take my time. Okay, so we have I'm I Irama, yeah, Irama. Where are you being called to journey to? That's what this card means. And what that means is you have to have a good way on this is um because let's see what this card means. If I can know what means in the book. Just give me 1 second here. Oh, okay, hang on. Okay, so I have to look at. Okay, so this is okay. So Irama, where are you being called to journey to? This is what the card means. But I'll try to read half of this, not all of it. I'm just gonna read you half of it. The Celtic word Irama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we are going, but our soul knows the way. If you pull this card, you're either being called on a soul journey or are already on one. It could be a physical, ancient place or metaphoric. I don't know what that word means. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and to the planet as well. You're being called to the journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it is to journey to the worlds of sacred sites, or called to across the country, climb a mountain, lie on the uh, desert floor, or drink from an ancient well. There are places to see and old friends to meet. I see spontaneous pilgrimages in your future. If a physical voyage is impossible, journey through the portal of your heart. Follow the follow the invisible soul trail and be willing to explore. Maybe read a book or watch a movie about sacred time or place. Or perhaps you are being called to study an ancient lineage or body of work. Whatever your circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deep. So this is like a lot of reading. Work your light activation. Hold the card on your heart and say, may seeds of light long ago planted begin to rise. I'm ready to remember ancient secrets from lands that may that my soul knows from times past. May I be held by the ancient lineages that my soul has served. I remember that I don't have to do it all alone. Yeah, exactly. Right? You're not the only one that seems to be all alone to it. Um, because in understanding about that, we have to believe on how this is, right? We have to um, I don't know, mitigate is a word, I don't know. But we have to understand that this is how it is, and this is how it remains. Because, when I think about how this is going to be implying to your career, your love life, your life, your lifestyle, whatever it is, you have to understand that you will take this for granted. And when it is, you must remember that there's always something going on, right? We have to believe that we can do this, believe that we can understand about how everything is, even if it's like too sweet or anything, you know, that's what it seems to be because that's what it can be. Just give me 1 second, you guys. I'm going to turn on the light so it's a little bit kind of dim in here. So I'll be right back. All right. Anyway, so this is how it seems to be right now. Um, basically going to, so by the way, I was refueling my drink or whatever, so I wasn't taking so long. But the point being is that in the reading Sagittarius, you have to believe that you can do this. Okay. So enjoy about what you're going to do next. Enjoy about the opportunities, enjoy what's going to do. Um, and that's what it seems to be. So we're going to figure out about that is enjoy about this opportunity for you. Um, and I'll do one of the playing cards just to see who's going to follow you, who's you know. So let's see. You asked me why I'm doing the playing card because I'm doing. Oh, interesting. Did you see that? I seen it. So let's see. Yeah, the King of Hearts. So the King of Hearts represents Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer in that situation. So remember how that is, okay? So this is going to be an opportunity for you. Um, remember how that remains, okay? So enjoy about how that is, and we will see you next time, okay? So Sagittarius, just do the right job, keep going. You will get there. Just take your time. Just take your time. That's what the tarot card means. Just take your time, right? Because that's what it is. Okay? So that's what it seems to be. Because you guys are doing a great job. It's just that you have to remember about how everything is all uh selective and everything else. What I mean by selective, it's how everything is, and yeah. So just remember how everything is. On to the next one, shall we? So I'm just going to put that both over here. All right. The next one. Scale mountains to gain a sense of achievement. Moon and Capricorn. Accomplishment. Yeah, this is going to be remaining for you. This is going to be good for you. I hope that everything will be, congratulations, whatever it is, That's what it is. Okay. So that's what it seems to be. We're going to recommend on how that is. Um, we have to figure out about how that seems to be for you, and that's how it is. So just keep in mind about how this is. It's a bit funny with my mouse here. Just trying to move my mouse over. All right. So this card has to be somewhere so yeah, I'll put it there. All right, never mind. Back to my own. Okay, so tell me what's going on for Capricorn. Give me one card that represents that, or So I'll do one card here. I'm doing a little bit different for you. I'm doing it a little bit different. Why? Because I'm doing this. Uh, and then we're going to do this. I'm kind of excited because I'm doing a live video for all of you. Because it's usually I do premiere of it, not the premiere of no, not somebody else. No. Um, but that's what it is. Okay, so we will do that. And then that's how it is. So still how this is, like you against them, right? This is going to take me a while, so sorry to take so long, but this is how it is. Okay, so here we go, Capricorn. Here we go. Okay, so we got this one. Let's see what we got. The bear represents stand up for yourself. This is a good card, actually. You know, it's yeah, bears were kind of scary in this picture, but you know, in a way, if you stand up for yourself, and let's say, for example, you're being bullied, or you're not being bullied, or whatever it is, you have to remember that you can do this. Do this on your own, and will give you an opportunity on how that is, right? Because, you know, we have to believe on how this is. Believe how everything will be great. You know, this is how it is, right? And this is how it seems to be. So let's see. Let's see what's going on. All right, so the Eight of Swords reversed. That is a pickle. Not really a pickle because no. Um, but this is how it is right now. You have to figure out about how that is. You have to figure out about how this is a opportunity for you. Um, basically, you know, what I'm saying is, if I can find my little uh, card here. Yeah, uh, just give me 1 second here. Yeah, in the way of how this is, um, because this is like almost like a give and take situation. Um, this is way of how it is. Like the Eight of Swords, it's uh, like there's something like, oh my god, like Eight of Swords reversed. Let me see. You're plagued by limiting self beliefs that prevent you from moving forward. Change your belief system. Catch yourself when you're in a negative thought pattern. Break that cycle. Exactly. If you are in a negative, okay, um, I'm not going to be rude to your way, but I'm just going to give you a good simple example. Picture it. Picture that you had a good day, right? You're having a good day. You're doing okay. You know, let's say, for example, you're talking to your neighbor, and you know everything is all short and sweet. Everything is all great. Now, picture it in a negative way. You're having a bad day. Your, you know, your neighbor curses at you, whatever it is, and you did something wrong. That is a negative cycle, right? You change things around. You change them into a lickety split. That's what it seems to be. Because therefore you have to have a way of how this is. This is almost believe like, you know, I'm not gonna say unbelievable. No. I'm just saying what I'm saying because when I think about this, this is almost like a short and sweet combination, right? Now what I mean by that, when it comes around, goes around. That's a good saying. Because you have to think about positive. Don't think with the negative and say, what the heck am I doing? Like what I'm going to do next, right? That is the most of your priority that you have to do. You have to turn things around, right? I'm not going to do that for you. No, you have to do it. Because Capricorn, you have to remember that this is how it is. It's oh my goodness. It can give you a way of how this is. Believe or not believe at all. You have to picture things as what they are, right? Because that's what it seems to be. Right? You have to remember that this is like an opportunity of how it is. Like you have to, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to look at things from a different point of view. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to look at things from a point of view. What that means is that you are in this way of how everything is. It's like looking at a puzzle and putting all those puzzle pieces back together. And that's what it remains. Because if you can't put the puzzle pieces back together, then it won't be complete. It will be incomplete, right? You have to complete it. In order to finish that puzzle, you have to complete it. And then you will say, yippee, hooray, I'm going to take a picture of it and say, I'm doing the best as I can. That's what it is. So you have to turn that Eight of Swords around. Whether if it's reversed, that's fine. Reverse that into an upright. Because right now you're not feeling trapped yet. But if you do, you are the one that has to change that around. That's what it seems to be. Okay? So let's see who's following Capricorn. So we have the Five of Air. Oh. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation. Review everyone's motives. And this one is the Two of Air, represents being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. Well, well, well. Look what we have here. A Capricorn that pretending there is no problem. Oh my God. Due to the humanity of what is going on. Let's face it, Capricorn. You have to change your own way, your own attitude, your own personality, whatever it is. Because you know why? The cards don't lie. They don't. Why? Because if you are the Five of Air and the Two of Air, that represents, it represents Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Those are the ones that are following you. Those are the ones that are, well, basically you are competing with, you versus them. And you have to change that around. Because in order that you can do that, you have to change Change your perspective. Change it on how it is. Change it as your good of viewpoint. That's what it is. So think about it. Think about it as how this is, right? Because, like I say, the cards don't lie. They don't. This is a good drink, by the way. What I'm drinking, it's a strawberry, yeah, strawberry lemonade. It's a very good, like, wow drink. Like, so if you decide to get this, oh, it's very recommended. Yeah, it's good. It's very good. It is sour a little bit, but if you just add water to it, oh my goodness. Yeah. Anyway, back to my own back to your reading, Capricorn. Because my drink is not the reading. Funny. Um, but that's what it seems to be. Okay, so remember how this is. Okay, so let's see how this is. Only doing an oracle card for you. Let's see what this is. Let's see. It is the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. That's interesting for you. That's a very interesting card that I've ever seen in reading. So let's see. Let's take a look of what that is. All right, so this is what it remains. I don't read everything, but I usually do it on a Sagittarius. So uh this is a lot of information, so I'll see on how I'll read from Discourage Acknowledge that I'll read that. I'll read at the end of it and then that'll be it. Okay. Discard is an acknowledgement that you're either being called to connect with others who are like you at soul level or that you already are. You're being called to gather groups of people either by leading them or becoming part of a group that can support you in your soul's personal mission. You're part of a group of souls who agreed to be here at this time in history to heal yourself, your ancestral line, and the planet to raise consciousness so that we can continue to call this magnificent place home for eras to come. One of many consciously choosing to devote your life to something greater than yourself. It's time to call in your tribe by sharing your soul's voice, letting yourself be seen. When you share what is real and true to you, the medicine that you most need, those who are like you will gather around you. You are your tribe, They are just like you, and just as you are longing and searching for them, they're longing and searching for you too. How inspiring. Breaker light activation, it says, hold hold the card on your heart and say, I choose now to let myself be seen. I'm ready to call in my soul tribe and create a web of light all over the planet. Now that was a spontaneous ever and remarkable what I just read. Like it almost wanted me to cry, but not really. Because you have to believe that you can do this. You have to understand about how everything is. You have to go from left, right, left, middle, and end. That's what it seems to be. Because in other words, you can change things around. Whether they are focused, wherever they are, that's what it's simple as that. And that's what it remains, right? So this is how it is. So who is following Capricorn? Right, so we're going to see how this is. And let's see. The Ace of Spades represents Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Yep, it does. Yep, because they're following you. And them versus you, this is what it seems to be, right? Because you know what, Capricorn? If you're acting the Eight of Swords reversed, and then they are acting like this, plus them following you, then that's what the whole thing is, right? Because this is how it's gonna be. This is how it's gonna remain. And biological, this is what it seems to be, right? So think about this reading. I hope that this is gonna be recommended for you. Keep in mind about how everything is gonna be for you. And this is how it is. Okay, so think about this on how that is, and that's how it is. Okay. I know that it's still long reading, folks, but it's okay. I like to go slow for everyone, just to because I like to read and what's going on, and we're seeing this as a different way, you know. So this is how it remains. Okay, on to the next one. Stand firm in the eye of the storm. Eclipse in Scorpio, regeneration. Aha, this is for you. Um, this is going to be seeing what's going on. And we're going to figure out how that is, right? We're going to see how this is going to be a way of how it's going to be recommended. It's going to be different. It's going to be very different way. So let's see what's going on for Scorpio. So I'll do one card, that one. Just to let you know, you haven't seen my fortune telling card stuff, but I'll bring that out soon, so you guys to know what I'm talking about. So just stay tuned for that. So we're going to see how this is. Yeah. So this is going to be how it's going to be recommended. It's going to be how it is. So it's going to be good. Okay. So let's see how this is, shall we? Right. So it says for Scorpio, it says Coyote. It says learn from your mistakes. Isn't that beautiful? That card. It is right. It is good. This is a very good card. Why? Because it's the picture, it's the mountains, it's yeah. But the word that this is learn your mistakes. That's what it seems to be. So we're going to see what's going on, Scorpio. Let's see. Ah, the world is incomplete. Oh, yeah. That's not good for you. Don't know why I said yeah. I'm not wrong. So this is how it's going to be. You are incompleting with something. Should I give you an example? I might as well. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example. Picture yourself having a conversation with somebody on there's an app called WhatsApp. Okay. Now imagine yourself. You're typing and you're pretending about typing and and all of a sudden what you did was wrong, which means you're learning from your mistakes, which means, in fact, um, basically you're talking and then you're repeating questions, the same old. Now that does bother me. It puts you in a different direction, like a different yeah, a different direction. What I mean by that, it's not good. It's really not. You have to remember that you have to look at things from your own perspective way. There is way of how this is, right? Because when you have incomplete, and let's say for example you're like this, I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking, and you keep doing that, then biological is that you're not doing the best as you wanted to. And when I think about this, like, for all of you that don't know, I'm a Scorpio, okay? A Scorpio is very good at what they do. But for me, that I'm trying to get this good example here. Sometimes I get confused. Sometimes I repeat questions. Sometimes it's very hard. right? So, that's why that you have to learn from your mistakes. You did something wrong, you have to put everything back together, right? Just like a puzzle. What I said to Capricorn earlier, just like a puzzle. You have to put things into a good way because if they don't work out, then you are incomplete about the puzzle. Is you're gonna say, I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm not gonna no. And that's fine, right? Everyone has their rights. That's what it seems to be. If you keep doing this and keep doing this and keep doing this, there are times where you have to think about your own self and say, I should never do this again. And that's what it is. But anyway, um, you have to remember how it is. Okay, you have to believe on how everything is, believe on how everything is going to connect. This is how it's going to be. Now, didn't I say something about my? Yeah. So this is an oracle that I have. It's a fortune telling oracle. It will tell you what the months, the year. Yeah. So for you that's having this problem that I'm hearing, okay, Scorpio, you are having an incomplete. And incompleting is not the best. Not really the best. But before I do the next two cards over here, you have to remember that you have to believe on what you're looking for. Right? There's a song to that. I'm not gonna sing it. But you have to believe about how that is. You have to understand about knowing what you're going to do and knowing what's going on because that's what it seems to be, right? You have to be, you have to take things as what they are, and that's what it is, right? So let's see. Let's see what the other two cards are. So the Five of Water that represents you, but let's see. Things not turning out the way you have hoped. Not seeing the positive in the situation. Crying over spilt milk. Yeah, that's what I just said earlier. Followed by wow, the Knight of Water. Emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals. The need and balance emotions. An invitation to a social event. That's what I'm kind of understanding about how that is. It kind of empowers me about how this is because this is very intelligent of how this is, right? Because you have to have a way of how this is, right? You feel it like, for example, when you're going to a wedding, yeah, sure, you're seeing people kissing, whatever it is. But when they get that speech, oh my Lord, you will start to cry, right? And that's what it seems to be. Now, overall, you have to remember that this is very it seems to be. You have to know about what's going on, you have to understand what's going on. That's what it is. But when you keep saying that, you know, crying over spilled milk or something like that's an old saying. That's a really old saying. You have to believe about how this is. You have to recommend on how everything is. Recommending of how everything seems to be. as a right direction, right way, everything. And that's what I'm saying to you, because this is how it seems to be. Now, these cards represents different things are going on from your past, your present, your future. This is how it is. So I haven't dealt with the other cards, the other signs yet. I kind of forget, but for you, Scorpio, this is an opportunity for you as well. So this is how it kind of remains about how this is. And this is how it is. So we're going to take a look at that, and then I'll read you what is it. So let's see. Now this is the 21 card, but this is a very good card, isn't it? It looks like a mountain, isn't it? Yeah, it is. But this is very good. This is very how this is. So let's see how that card says to you. Okay, so I did say the mountain, but it says meaning it says desire to come out, ambitious, close on a deal, invitation. Now it says for letter C, it says useless attempt, unbeatable obstacle. Now the timing is from 21st to 31st of July. That's how this is. Now for advice, it says realize you're ambitious in parallel to others. Access creates presupposition for defeat. So this is the past, the present, the result. It could be expected events. It could be it could be past, present, whatever it is. But in a way, like I'm not going to keep reading this because we have to go on to the reading. So I'm not going to dwell on this very much. But let me try to figure this out. Uh, like, oh my goodness gracious. Like, okay, so the past is you have realized you have realized your emotional aspirations by creating a solid and faithful union. Then C, it says, faced with an outside threat or practical problem, a relationship believed to be solid turns out to be empty. The present situation, reconciliation with family after a crisis, relationship recovered with humility, and then letter C, it says, impossible obstacle, the person you pine for continues to refuse you. Like, I don't know what to say. Like the success, let me read you about that for the past. A closed deal will repay the sacrifices you made. And let's see, a heavy defeat has made you change your strategy. Inevitable sacrifice. Ay, ay, ay. Like there's always something that's going on. Like um Like there is position 2 as a present, like, you know, past, present, future, whatever, right? Uh, I'll do one more for you. For letter C, it says unsatisfactory, professional activity, and hostile environment. The goal you thought for turns out to be a bluff. Oh my lord. It's like when I just read you that, it like gives me like a slap on the freaking head. Like, what's wrong with you, Scorpio? What's wrong? Is there something that is taking you off? Is there something that drives you crazy? Like there is always something different in your energy. You know, this is how it seems to be right now. You have to think about this as what it seems to be and what's going on. You know, that's what it is. Okay. So I'll see how one of the cards are, see how this is, and then we're going to move on. And then hopefully I'll get to the other readings and then I'll be ending of this live. But yeah, Scorpio, you just have to keep going of how this is. Because this is how it remains on how this is. So you have to believe that you can do this and stay positive as much as you can. But let's see who's following you. The 5 of Diamonds. That represents Earth signs. So it represents Virgo, um, Taurus, and Capricorn. That's what that card means. So that's what I have for you. I hope that this will be good for you. I hope that you guys will recommend of how this is. Enjoy about this possibilities, and that's what it is. Okay, so Scorpio, try to stay positive because that's what it has to be um, remaining. Okay, that's how I'm seeing this because that card I didn't expect that card, but you know that's how it remains for you. Okay, so try to think about positive, stay positive, and go with the flow. Okay, right. I have lots to go, lots to go until okay. So this is how it is. Builds relationships through teamwork and compromise. Eclipse in Aries collaboration. Yeah, I'm going to do a short reading for you because I don't be here for more than 3 hours to do a video. I don't know why, but this is how it is. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick video, quick one for you, quick reading. That's what it will be for you. So you have to understand how this is. I might do, more of the other cards, but we're going to just see how this is. I'm only going to do a little reading for you, okay, Aries? Okay, so Aries, you have the cougar is you can do it. That is a good start there. That's a really good start because you can do it, right? That's what it is. Now, what's going on? Okay, so now the Seven of Swords reversed. Now that's really not my kind of cup of tea. It's not really my cup of tea. It's not, right? Now, what I mean by that, this is how it seems to be. It kind of gives me an opportunity of how it is. You can see it of how this seems to be recommended to you. It kind of gives you a way of how this is, the way how you feel. This is how it kind of remains, right? And this is how it kind of is at the moment. So think about this, and this is how it seems to be, okay? Because you have to understand about how this is going to be, right? We have to believe on how everything can be all connected. Now let's see. Eight of air, an illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. That's interesting. And the three of air represents great sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others. Yeah, exactly, right? Because because the Seven of Swords reverse represents that you're not carrying anything. You're not doing that, right? And that's what it is. You already dropped that off at someone that, you know, somewhere. So this is how it is, okay? Now the three of air represents, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? Because they are going to follow you, Aries. Because you have to remember how that's gonna go, right? Because you have to picture it. Picture of how this is gonna be, right? This is a one-way opportunity how this is, right? This is how it's gonna be. So think about this as a step forward. Think about this as a good way, a good understanding, a good, you know, way of how this is. This is an opportunity of how this is going to be. So think about this. Think about how everything is going to be all connected, all different attitudes, whatever it is. You must remember that you can stay positive as much as you can because you have to see this as a good point of view. And that's what it remains because that's what it is, right? Because you have to figure this out and think what's going on. Because this is a way of how this is. And this is a good opportunity of how everything is going to be great. So think about this. Think about of what's going on, okay? Because understand about how this is, okay? So think about this, okay? Like I say, I'm only gonna do a little bit of the reading, so because I'm not gonna be very long on my live chat. So think about that and think about that, okay? On to the next one. You're deeper. Resolve arises. Eclipse in Aquarius, awakening. This is going to be for you, and I hope that everything will be all great. So think about how this is for you. I'm just going to do a little bit of a good reading. I'll do 2 cards for you, Aquarius. I did one of these, but I'm going to see how this is, just to change it up for you. And then we're going to see how this is going to go, because I'm only just going to do a short one for you and a long one for you. I'm not going to do an oracle animal card for you, but if I do, then yeah. But right now, this is going to be very different for you. So here we go. So we have the 4 of Pentacles is upright, followed by the King of Wands is upright. Interesting. Okay. Now that is kind of like all short and sweet for you. You're doing the best as you can. But the 4 of Water represents missing opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Followed by the 5 of Water is things not turning out the way you have hoped. Not seeing the positive in the situation, crying over spilled milk. Yep, so that's what it seems to be, right? You are heading into a different direction. You are seeing it a different perspective way. You know, that's what it kind of seems to be. We believe about how this is. We have to believe about our own mistakes, right? And that's what I'm kind of saying right now. Because this is how it is, right? So think about how this is going to be. I hope that this is going to be a good opportunity on how this is going to go. So this is how it's going to be for you, Aquarius. Stay positive, and I'm happy about this reading because this is fabulous. There's no upright cards. Well, there's no reverse cards, but there are upright cards, and I'm happy for you. So just keep up the good work because you're doing the best as you can. I'm happy for you. I'm doing a quick reading, you guys and gals, whoever is watching this reading. An emotional phase or domestic development. Eclipse in Cancer, acceptance. Yeah, this is what's going on for you, and I hope that this is going to be how it seems to be for you. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So let's see how that is. And then we're going to follow by and about how this is. And this is how it seems to be. So let's see. All right, so we have, oh wow, the Magician is reversed. Followed by the Cups is upright. Interesting. Interesting. Queen of Water is upright, followed by the Three of Air. Okay, so this is interesting too. Um, the Magician is very kind of very different, right? You could be doing what's best for you and what's going on, and that's how it is, right? But the point being is that uh, the Queen of Water represents like tender-hearted, empathic, patient, loving. But it says over here, it says relationship develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. So that's really good. In the Three of Air, it says great sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others. Exactly. That's what it seems to be, right? So, you have the water signs with you, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer in this situation, because that Queen of Water represents you, and the Eight of Cups represents you as well. But the Three of Air doesn't be combinated with Cancer at all. Because the Three of Air, if it is in your birth chart or your astrology chart, you have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in that. So that's what it seems to be right now. That's an opportunity right there. So if you think about this, you're doing the best as you can. Only that Magician card that is reversed, maybe you change your intuition, change your way, and that will give you an opportunity. Okay? Right. Excellent. Ah, shine brightly like the star you are. Eclipse in Leo, compassion. Now this is for you. You might be impressed. You might be happy. You might be well organized. Something that is going to be very, very good. So, this is how it's going to be for you. You have to go with the flow. Let's see. I'll do 2 cards for you. And then we're going to see how this is. And this is what it is. Okay? Let's see. Ah, the Page of Pentacles is upright. Okay. Followed by the Seven of Pentacles is upright. Ah, interesting. Huh. That's so cool. You're having a happy life so far. The Seven Pentacles represents like you're having a career. You're doing fine, right? You're doing the best as you can. Now let's see. The Five of Air is and universe choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's everyone's motives. And the Two of Air represents being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. Exactly, yeah. There's no problem here. You're doing the best as you can. You have basically your own way. Like you can have your own wit, you know. Um, but that's what it seems to be because that's what it can be, right? And that's what it seems to be. So if you keep this on track and your ability and your own motives and everything, you can do this as best you can. right? And there's no way about telling to say this, but if you just keep this up and you do exactly what you can, go for it. Like really go for it. Because in a way, my goodness, like really my goodness, you can just do what you can and think, all right, this is what's gonna happen. And that's what it is, right? So think about this and enjoy about this opportunity because you're doing the best as you can. Just keep following. Just keep your following your own way. Just following like the yellow brick road, right? Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. And that's what it is, right? So that's how it is. Okay? Is the air signs are following you? Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So if you just keep it up, you will be fine. Okay, on to the next one. Choose duties and responsibilities carefully. Eclipse in Virgo, reorganization. Yeah, that's going on. Let's see what's going on for Virgo. Let's see how that is. Let's see. Let's see if there's something going on. Let's see. So let's see. Let's see how this is. If you guys like this, give it a comment and give it a like. Whatever you guys choose to do with my video, because I hope that you guys will like this. Even you can say hello into the live chat if you decide to. Okay, so let's go. Let's see. So Four of Cups is upright, followed by the Two of Wands reversed. Right? The Lovers, Archie and Raphael. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. All right. And the Chariot, Archeum Metatron. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. Yeah, what I mean by this, Virgo, you are taking yourself a break, like kind of like what the Four of Cups kind of is. Like, you know, when I think about this one right here, and I think how this reminds me about a movie that you've probably seen before. Let me explain. Let me explain about what movie you guys probably seen. Night in a Museum. Okay, Night in a Museum 2. Now, when I watch the movie called Night in a Museum, yeah, that's a very good movie, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Picture yourself, the actor who is let's see, Ben Stiller. Like he's, I think that's the actor. But anyway, when they are doing the Smithsonian, the little uh, a golden thing and ask the questions. All of a sudden, when they get to the next one and they get to the statue and they ask about this Sicilian, whatever it is, and all of a sudden it's like this. I am thinking, I am thinking, I am thinking, I am thinking. Like, it that's like the annoying part. But in a way, it's a funny movie. It's a funny of how that is because a statue would never say I'm thinking. You know. But anyway, back to my own way, for you, Virgo. This is how it seems to be. You have to think about how this is. You have to remember how everything is going to be. You have to look at the left, the right, the center. That's what it seems to be. You know, we have to believe about how this is. We have to have this a good way, uh, a really inspiring way, whatever it is. It's your decision of how this is going to go, right? You have to believe about how this is. You have to understand about how this is. You know, this is this is how it seems to be, and I understand how this is going to be because what I'm saying is you have to do the right thing, and you're doing the best opportunity that you can. You just have to remember that this is what's going on, and when you are acting like a person, even if it's a lady or a guy, you're like this. You're like this. I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking. Like that's what it is. And that's what I can see it for you, Virgo. You have to work things out, right? You can't you have to believe in yourself. Believe about not saying, woe as me. Don't do that. Don't. It's never going to get you that far. You just have to believe that you can do that. So understand about how that is, okay, Virgo? Just keep that. You just have to follow your own instincts, your own way, your own way of how this is. Okay? That's what it is. So keep it up and let's see how that is. Okay? Oh, on to the next one. Reevaluate relationships, justice, and fair play. Eclipse in Libra, rebalance. This is what's going to happen for you. I'm only going to do a little bit for you and then that's it. So let's see. So the Seven of Pentacles reverse. Ooh. And oh boy. Page of Pentacles reverse. Ooh, there's something wrong in this picture. Libra, I'm very annoyed right now. Why? Let me explain. Let me explain why I am annoyed. Why you don't have a career? Why you don't have that? Are you just gonna sit there and do nothing for your rest of your whole entire life? Yeah, I think so. Because believe me, does it go your direction? Or does it think, I can't handle this anymore? Just think about that. Think about how that is. Think about how you try and believe about that. Yeah, I thought so. You have to understand of how everything is. Believe about that. Believe about how everything is. Because does it give you a way? Does it give you like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm not gonna. So what? It's your fault, not mine. That's what the cards are telling me, Libra. If you just sit there and do nothing on the couch, for example, and you're just sitting there and saying, huh, I can't do it, then what's the issue? What's the issue that you can't have a career? Like, are you dumb? Yeah, I thought so. Think about that. Think about not saying, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. You know, this is how it is. You have to think about yourself. Think about how everything is. You see why? I am annoyed of what's going on. So you can see why. Because that's what is reversed. That's why it's reversed. That's what it is. Let's see. The lovers. Archangel Raphael. Intimate relationships carefully. Weigh your decisions. Good health. Yeah. If you are doing that, maybe you can just say that carefully weigh your decisions. Maybe you might as well do that. Maybe just maybe on how that is. Because that's what it seems to be. Okay? Try to turn things around, will you? Will you, Libra? Yeah. Rise to challenges as a new path opens. Eclipse in Gemini. Negotiation. Yeah, let's see how that is. Let's see if you already negotiate. Because that's how it is. That's what it seems to be. Because that's what it's gonna be. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Wow, the Four of Swords reversed. Followed by the King of Cups reversed. Wow. You know, Gemini, you're not resting. You're having fun. Because in a way of how this is, knowing to say this, you have to understand how this is. Like, let's see. The lovers, Archangel Raphael is intimate relationships, carefully layered decisions, good health. That's what it is. Another one, the Chariot from Archangel Matron, an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. Exactly. You're doing the best as you can. That's what it is. Because in a way of how I keep saying this, there is a way of how you can impose the situation, right? You have to engage about how this is. You have to understand about how this is going to be. This is not like a two-way street, Gemini. This is almost like a three-way street. Or this could be a one-way street, right? Because when I think about this, and when I see the Four of Swords reversed, you are having fun. And when you are having fun, then that remains that you're feeling the best as you can. That's what it seems to be. That's how it is. Like you have to remember how everything is. You have to believe while saying, wow, that's what it is, right? So think about this before I let you go, Gemini. You have to stay positive as much as you can. You can even give yourself a break and say, I will. And hopefully you will. Because that's what it seems to be. Because you can impose the situation. And that's what it can happen. Think about it, right? Think about it. Like I'm not being stupid. I'm not. I'm just telling you what's going on. Because you have to believe that you can do it if you put your mind to it. And that's what it is, right? Believe about how this is. Because that's what it can be. And knowing about how this is, you can just roll with it. Just keep going and going and going and going and going. And that's what it is, right? Gemini, just keep it up. Keep it up how everything is. Because you can do that. Okay? So just how that is. And enjoy about how that is. And yeah, okay. Pretty soon I'm almost done with this live reading, folks. Just to let you all know. And then I'm going to, might be going to bed soon because I don't want to fall asleep. Personal growth, Moon and Taurus, self-esteem. So basically, I'm just going to do a little bit of a small reading for you. It's just very small. So it's just kind of very interesting for you. And this is how it is. Okay. All right. So the Page of Pentacles reversed for you, and the Chariot Archangel Metron is an important achievement, self-discipline, and willpower, public recognition. That's what it seems to be for you, Taurus. I understand that you have to believe that you can do it. Believe that you can do this. You can understand how this is. There's no rights about this, but imposed about the situation. The Ten of Pentacles reversed, I believe, you have no career right now, Taurus. I understand how that is. You have to believe about how this is. The cards don't lie. You have to understand how this reading is going to go. Believe about this, believe about how everything is. You have to embrace about opportunities, embrace about how this is, and this is what it kind of remains. And that's how it is, okay? So if you keep this up, you just keep going, you'll find that you'll be on the right track. If you just turn this around into a positive situation instead of negative. This is reversed to me and not to you, but that's how it is, okay? So you have to turn this around into a positive situation like this. But it's like this right now. And last and final round. This is it. This is it. Are you ready? Here we go. Follow your dreams. Moon and Pisces wonder. This is the last one for you. This is going to be the best reading ever. Why? Let me explain. Because I don't normally use this, but we're going to figure this. We're going to do this. What's going on for Pisces? So I'll do a few cards. And we're going to see this, how that is. This is the last one. This is the last reading anyway. So this is how it is, you guys. You gals, girlies, who's watching my channel. So we're going to see how that is. Because this is the last reading. So this is it. Alright, so here we go. So this is going to be an opportunity for you. I hope that you guys will like this. And this is it. So let's see. Page of Swords reversed. Wow. Oh, but Three of Cups is upright. Oh, wow. And the Seven of Swords reversed. Wow. Okay. So there is something going on for you, Pisces. I know that the Three of Cups represents you, which means it represents Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer in that situation. Now, here's the thing. You have no burden, no burdens right now. Like there's nothing. You're not carrying anything, you know. But you have to remember that you have to believe that you can do this as much as you can, and you can get there as long as you can, as long as you can, and that's how it is, right? So when you see this as a recommendation, as a recommend way of subscribing or doing lots of things. This is how it kind of is. This is how it seems to be. And when I think about this, believe how this is going to be, because in a way, this is how it is. So the Knight of Earth is loyal, dedicated, honorable, kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. A guardian angel. That's what that would be good. That would be good. And the other one is the Knight of Air. Expecting the worst. Self-fulfilling prophecies. Sleepless nights. Now, let me say about that before I end the whole video. When it says the Knight of Air and it says expecting the worst, now that is a negative feeling right there. You're expecting the worst outcome. You're expecting the worst. What I'm trying to say is you have to believe that you can do this. Seeing is believing. And you have to believe that you can do this. Because there's always a good interpretation that you can do this. You have to believe that you can do this. Believe that this is like almost like a centerpiece, right? Because you have to turn things around. And that's what it is, right? Because when you believe about that, you can do that. You can just say, do I believe that I can do this? Do you think, am I not getting this wrong or getting this right? That's what it is, right? You have to believe that this is a good way of understanding of how this is, because does it make sense to you? Does it make where you believe that you can get your own way of how this is? Because when I think about this, you're doing the best as you can. And there's no way where everything can be all good. Like this is not Humpty Dumpty. This is not how, no. You have to remember how everything is, right? Because you have to believe that you can do this, right? Because when I look at the Three of Cups, my golly, like you're having friends, you're having family, you can do whatever you want to do. But when you expect the worst and then you have sleepless nights, like does that make any sense? No, it doesn't make any sense. Because you have to, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to stay positive and you can change things around. That's what the whole thing is, right? You can understand about how this is gonna go. Even if it's a good way or not, right? So think about it. Think about how this is going to be a way of how it is. And if it is, then it is. You just have to believe that you can do this. Believe about how this is going to be all recommended and all nice and all, you know, it's almost like a figurine or a souvenir or something like that. You just have to turn things around where, for example, you're asking a girl out. Even if it's going to say yes or no, you have all those possibilities, but you have to expecting the worst. Like really? Like that's what it is. So before I let you all go, just believe about how everything is. Believe about how the worst case scenario, right? And that's what it remains. And enjoy about this opportunity, enjoy about what's going on. And, you know, we have to believe what we are interesting of, you know, and this is like what it seems to be, right? So further ado, without any question, believe that you can do this. Believe that you can understand how this is, and believe that you can do this. Believe about how everything is going to be connecting and connection and everything else. So you have to understand about how everything is going to be, everything is all connected, and who knows? You have to understand that when you believe that you can do this, fine. But that's what it seems to be. Okay? So, the further ado, without any question, enjoy, enjoy about all the opportunities, enjoy about what's going on, and this is how it seems to be. So, enjoy about the live video. Thank you very much that was here. Thank you for watching the whole show, and thank you very much because this is an opportunity of how it's going to be. And when you get a chance to, no matter how things are, you can get to think that stay positive as much as you can because there will be a way of how everything is going to be good. So enjoy and enjoy this way and have a good day to you all and enjoy and I'll see you next time very much and have a good day to you all. Thank you. Bye for now.